Scott.
Hey Homo sapiens and Marbites, it's me Rogue Marby Scott. Welcome back to the channel. Yeah, a little itchy. I might have bugs in my hair or something, I don't know. I've been in the garden all day. Anyway, so I've just got in and I'm going to do a simple look. So yeah, let's get on to the video because I just want this to be short tonight. So I'm just going to apply my foundation with a wet beauty sponge, and then I'm going to blend that out, obviously using a wet beauty sponge. Then I'm going to go on using some concealer, and this is a very light concealer because I wasn't too sure if I wanted the under eyes to be really bright and definitely looking, because I was going to, obviously I'm going to be putting eyeshadows on and I want those eyeshadows to pop. Anyway, I chose not, so I'm going in with a darker concealer now, and I'm putting that around the perimeters of where I've put that lighter concealer just to blend it in and make it more skin-like and not so ashy looking. So my under eyes are slightly dark, so I'm just going to place more concealer under there and just blend that out using a damp sponge. And I am going in quite heavy with this because I want the I don't actually want to bake today, so I'm just going in heavy enough so that I'm happy with the look. Now I'm going to move on to my eyebrows. I'm only going to do one on camera, and I'm doing it very roughly today. I'm not doing a perfect brow, I'm just kind of filling it in and making it darker just to make an appearance that my eyebrows are fuller than usual, and I kind of want the brows to look obviously natural today. Warmed up on the back of my hands, I'm using a cream highlighter, and I'm just, you know, placing that on the high points of my cheeks before I go on to making some freckles. Now I'm using a really dark concealer to do some freckles, and then I also mix in a light concealer just to place on top of some of those freckles, just to make it look a bit more lifelike. My mum has freckles, so therefore I've got to make my freckles, and yeah, Mum, I kind of look like you now. Dampen them out, just blurring those lines, and then I'm just going to place them on my forehead, but those aren't as prominent as my face. Now I'm going in with some powder highlighter just to bring some life into those cheeks a little bit more, and on my nose, and then I'm going to do my underneath my brow bones just to make them pop a tiny little bit more. Now we're going to move on to lining our lips, and I'm using a really light color today because I want my look to look kind of sickly, like I'm sick, but also in a pretty manner. So just lined my lips, and now I'm using a nice nudish color from It's Makeup Revolution. No, actually this is NYX that I'm using, but don't worry, I'll put product descriptions in the description box. Doing my lips, and I'm not going to do the whole lips on camera because you can see is that you know exactly what to do with your lips. Now I'm going to create a nice mattified look with my sponge because it's got makeup on it, and now I'm creating that sickly look. Now I'm using a red liquid lipstick just to go in the middle of my lip, and I'm using a lip brush just to feather it out. And as you can see, I'm just feathering it into a slight pattern where it's more extended in the middle of the lip rather than on the outer side of the lips. Going in with some black, which I mixed in with a little bit of olive oil just to make it opaque, and I'm just placing that in the inner bit of that red bit that I've already created. Now to further create that sickly look that I'm going for, I'm lining my eyes with a very white eyeliner, and I'm making it as opaque as possible. So I'm just going over and over and over, so it's like stark white on my waterline. Going in with a nice reddish orangey color, and I'm just lining my eyes with that brush, and then I'm going to change in to use a fluffy brush just to get it to blend out a little bit more and, you know, create a nice under eye look, because we're not doing any top lid looks today. So I basically want this whole eye look to look as if I'm tired and sick and, you know, I'm diseased with something. So this is the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing underneath with the reds, the purples and the oranges, just to create that kind of sickly look on brown skin. I mean, it would have worked better if I was lighter or white, but I'm not, so I've got to make do with my own skin complexion, radiant as it is. And now I'm just going to apply some mascara, and this is practically most of the first part of the look.
I don't know, should I carry on? Because I'm just thinking to myself, where am I gonna go?
So I decided I wanted to have a spider alien coming out of my mouth, so I'm using a purple liquid eyeliner, and I'm just creating those legs, and then I'm just obviously going to go in to make them a bit more thicker, because I want this alien spider's legs to look very sticky and very, you know, spiny. I don't want them to look actual real, and I want it to look cartoonish as well. So that's why I'm keeping these nice vibrant colors, and then I'm going to go in with some orange afterwards, just at like the knuckle bits of the legs, just to create, you know, maybe fur or whatever. I am kind of doing this roughly. I do say this in the end of the video, but anyway, we're going to continue. I'm just going to fill in all of those dots first, and then I'm going to create some shading to create a nice 3D look. So I'm using a black eyeshadow. Sorry, I'm there swallowing because I'm drinking at the same time. And yeah, basically this is the look. I'm just doing all that shading. The shading is a bit tricky, so you've got to be aware of where you want the light to be coming from. So clearly you can see I'm doing all the shading on one side of my legs, just to make it more believable. And I thought, why not? I'm sick, a spider's coming out of my mouth, I might as well cry some tears of blood.
So guys, that's how I got this look, and basically it's just a little play around. So if you liked the tutorial so far, just press that subscribe button, the like button and the notifications button. Clearly I was a bit rough with shading, but it was kind of like me playing around with the whole concept. So yeah, shading is really hard, especially making something look like it's 3D. Like in pictures this looks okay, but yeah. Anyway, bye.
Rogue Mobby Skull.